special.
This is special.
This is special just for the Two Clueless Dude fans. You know what they call them? Doodlings.
Yes.
Dudelings.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
To
what they're
all
called.
To our
We
dudelings
didn't
out there.
bring it up. They did.
They did it.
Dudelings is it. So we're dudelings.
We didn't christen ourselves as king.
No.
You know,
I love it.
They did it for us.
I love it. So, hey, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to point at you, Phil, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm going to share our thing to our page.
Hide your strap-ons, put away your biscuits, and get ready for the ride of your life. It's time for free candy in the van of comedy. It's time for Two Clueless Dudes.
Bang, bang.
Woo! How we doing?
I take your pants off.
Put them on your hat.
Ladies and
pants hat,
gentlemen, Waz on the mic. Getting fresh. This is Mad Mike, a.k.a. Junk McGee. I am here with the Hank. And I am here with the Waz.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Perhaps, maybe. And guys, we have an incredible show for you today. And it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. You probably want to know what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to tell you.
Tell us.
Today, folks, we're gonna hear. There's rumors aplenty going around
Oh?
on who's going to be Marvel's next big villain, and I may have a scoop.
Tell me.
We're gonna talk a little bit about a very old show from MTV getting rebooted again. Obviously, we've got History's Mysteries.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a nice, fun little list for everyone. And how would you like to get a personal message from Carol Baskin? We're going to talk about that in a minute.
That sound about it.
And Bruce versus Frankenstein.
Really?
We're gonna
Bruce
talk
Lee?
We're going to talk about that one a little bit too. Dudes, the Duffster. What's going on, buddy? And of course we have, as always, put that in your mouth. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, folks. We got a very special thing to put in our mouth.
Yes, we do.
And it's going to be incredible.
Couple things, actually.
We do. Yeah.
One thing that we made
One thing that we made.
and one thing that we brought.
Yes, that's true. So to kick things off, let's get right into the list. So I think this list, I wonder how controversial this list is going to be for some.
Okay.
I think maybe some of our younger listeners, even if we have any, they may not understand this list because it is an older list. We're talking the best comedy movies of the 1970s.
Ooh.
Now, I specifically picked the 70s because I really feel like that was like really the mother load of just fantastic comedy movies that I think you could enjoy in any generation. So we're actually going to start at 15. We're going to
Okay.
go all the way back to 15. So this is one where, I mean, I guess it's a comedy. I just didn't really think of it as a comedy. Grease.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Oh,
I mean,
definitely a
would've-
comedy,
I would've
actually.
called it more of a musical, but
Well, I would have called it more of a musical, but it does have some comedy
Musical
elements.
comedy, yeah.
yeah. All right, so how about this one? It came out in 1973, directed by George Hill, coming in at number 14. It starred Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Robert Shaw. And I'm going to give you a
No
little bit of a
clue.
synopsis. This was a 1973 American caper film involving a complicated plot by two professional grifters to con a mob boss.
oh,
Ocean's
wow.
4.
So close.
Ocean's 5?
Swamp Thing?
It was.
All I know is Mick Dundee.
The Duffster got it. It is The Sting.
Really?
You don't remember The Sting?
No.
Very good movie.
Well
Right?
done in the chat.
Yes. The Sting. All right, how about this one? I think you guys should get this one pretty easy. 1970, directed by Robert Altman. It starred Robert Duvall, Donald Sutherland, and Elliot Gould. This 1970 American satirical black comedy film, directed by Robert Altman and written by Ring Lardner Jr., is based on Richard Hooker's novels, Blank, a novel about three army doctors.
Legends of the Fall.
No.
Oh.
So close, though.
Highlander?
There can be only one.
Oh, it's 3 doctors. Sorry.
Tres Doctores. MASH.
Triple Highlander.
That's right. It is. It's MASH.
Oh, no
Mash.
military
MASH,
references.
MASH was a movie. Right?
Those clues.
I had no
I
idea.
don't think about the doctor's part
And
of
actually,
MASH.
the satirical black comedy really kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
Because then I started thinking to myself, were there black people in MASH? I didn't think there were.
Yeah, I totally was expecting it to be like black people in it.
So how about this one? This one here is number 12. And you know, this is another one where I again think it borderlines on a comedy. This was starred Gene Wilder, Jack Albertson, and Tim Brooke Taylor. 1971, directed by Mel Stewart. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, I said it.
I see what you mean, though, how it's like, it's
But-
kind of heavy for a comedy.
Yeah.
It's kind of deep or something.
Right? It's kind of like, I'll be honest, as a kid, I thought it was more creepy than it was
Yeah,
funny.
for sure.
Right? Now, the older
It
I
was
got,
definitely creepy.
the older
yeah.
I got, the more I appreciate the comedy elements of it.
Yeah, but it's awkward comedy.
Right? Yeah. As a kid, I was
Yeah.
like, I think this guy's a pedophile. Like, you know, it
There's
was
a lot of
really weird.
unanswered questions. But it feels like there's a
Come collect your
purposefulness
golden ticket.
to some of the spooky scenes there. Like, Gene Wilder didn't have to act that spooky. He didn't have
Right?
to act
He
that
really
weird.
like plays it up.
He does.
Dude,
He acts extra crazy.
he was in a movie, and I really would like to see it again. It was him and Richard
Pryor.
Pryor, and they did a movie. I think it was
They
called
did-
like
they
See
did
No
several-
Evil or Hear No Evil,
They did several movies.
where one of them
together.
was blind and the other one was deaf.
Oh, I remember this now.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah.
I really want to see that again. I gotta find that and watch it. Okay, so here it comes in, and that should probably have been on this list, but this one actually I have to say is a fantastic film, and I wish it was higher. This was starred George Harrison, John Cleese, and Terry Gilliam, 1979, directed by Terry Jones. Also known as Blank, is a 1979 British comedy film starring and written by the comedy group Monty Python, and tells the story of so-and-so, the brother of Jesus.
Not Life of Brian.
It is!
Is it?
Yeah!
I love
Did you
Life
just
of
spill
Brian.
your Bud Light?
No, it was the energy drink.
Oh,
Worse.
no. Well, that's good. You're charging it. Life of Brian.
So much fun.
Life of Brian comes in at number 11. I'm going to be honest. I kind of feel like that's a little low. Hey.
Never watched it.
Wow. Man, we got to. You know what? That's what we got to do. We got to figure out what you have not seen on this list.
And we
Life of
can't
Brian.
quote it while he's watching it because that ruined it for me.
Yeah.
When I finally watched it with friends and they just like quoted everything as it was happening.
All right, so here's one. This was released in 1978. This comes in at number 10. It's directed by Lou Adler and Tommy Chong. It stars Ellen Barkin, Cheech Marin, and Tommy Chong. This was their first feature-length film.
Isn't it Up in Smoke?
Yes.
I know
Up
that was
in
70s.
Smoke. That came in at number 10, 1978. Great movie. And I didn't even know what pot was, but I just thought it was a funny movie as a kid.
Like, they like smoking.
All right, here's one that I think I'm a little surprised that it's as high as it is on this, but it stars Tatum O'Neal, Jackie Earl Haley, and Walter Matthau, right?
Oh.
It was released in 1976, directed by Michael Ritchie. Blank is a 1976 comedy film directed by Michael Ritchie. It stars Walter Matthau and Tatum O'Neal. The film was followed by 2 sequels. And it involves a bunch of ragtag kids and a sports team.
Sandlot.
No, but Sandlot was great.
Imagine that's like a super baby Walter Matthau.
Duffster, got it. It's Bad News Bears. Now, I just think that's a little high on the list.
Wasn't that a Billy Bob Thornton thing?
I think there was a remake. Okay. You know what? Here's one I can actually say I've not seen. And I feel bad about this, actually. Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, who we just talked about, that duo, and Ned Beatty, 1976, directed by Arthur Hiller. This movie is a 1976 comedy thriller film about an event on a Los Angeles to Chicago train journey.
No clue. I got nothing.
Nothing?
I forgot the 70s. Like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't.
I mean,
I
see,
completely missed this movie
You
too.
and I were kind of born in the 80s.
So
I
what's
was
interesting
definitely born in
is
the 80s.
this
All
movie-
three of us were born in the 80s.
This movie
Yeah.
comes in 284 on the all-time greatest comedy films, in case you didn't know, and it was called Stir Crazy is close. Silver Streak.
Silver Streak.
Silver Streak, and I honestly can't say that I've seen it. So now I'm going to find it and watch it.
It sounds like a retirement community.
Yeah.
Silver Streak sounds like when an old person shits their pants. Just got left a Silver Streak.
Someone's been taking their zinc.
So here's an interesting one. Number 7. This stars Peter Sellers, very famous, Christopher Plummer, and Herbert Lom. This came out in 1975, directed by Blake Edwards. This film is actually the 4th film in the series, and it stars Peter Sellers in the role of an inspector.
Pink Panther.
Yes, but which one?
The 4th one.
Woo,
I beat you, Duff Man, for
Yes.
once.
It was The Return of the Pink Panther.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, here's one that comes in at number 6, and I think this is pretty fair. It stars, I think you guys are gonna get this right away. Sally Field, Burt Reynolds, and Jackie
Cannonball
Gleason.
Run.
No, but one of my favorites, and I think that came out in like the early 80s.
Yeah, it
That
was,
was.
yeah.
This was an action
Smokey,
comedy
Smokey
film.
and the Bandit.
I know.
Oh, Smokey. I was like, I don't know if I know any 70s comedies. That's one of my favorites.
Smokey and the Bandit came out in 1977,
Wow.
same year as Star Wars.
Whoa, that's heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? All right, this one is one I think, honestly, it's tough. I would say this is a top 3 for me. Starring Rob Reiner, Bernadette Peters, and Steve Martin. 1979 it was released.
Right.
Blazing
Roxanne.
Saddles.
No and no.
Mm.
This movie was directed by Carl Reiner and written by Steve Martin, Carl Gottlieb, and Michael Elias.
The Jerk?
It was his first starring role. It was The Jerk. Very good job.
Yeah, I was like, I knew one of these Steve Martin ones was like late 70s, right?
Late 70s. That came out in 1979.
I was like,
The Duster got it too.
I
The Jerk.
I was thinking of The Jerk since the beginning of the category, and I'm like, if The Jerk isn't in the 70s, I'm not going to know any of these.
Right, yeah. The Jerk, but The Jerk comes in at number 46 on the all-time greatest comedy films, by the way, out of 1,026.
Wow.
I am
okay.
picking out a thermos for you.
So this is one that I actually don't. Yeah, I love
Not
that.
an
one.
ordinary thermos for
All
you.
I need is this thermos and this lamp, and that's all I need. Okay, so this is one that I mean, I don't know. It wasn't my type of film. I mean, it's not bad. It's a good film. It's a great film. But
Oh.
Kevin Bacon,
Kevin Bacon.
John Belushi,
This is.
and Donald Sutherland. Released in 1978, and this is actually the second one Donald Sutherland has been on, mind you. Directed by John Landis. This was a 1978 American comedy film. This was a spin-off from the National Lampoon magazine.
Oh, well, that's a big tell. Is it?
It's a very big tell.
National Lampoon's. Wait for it. Hold on.
Banana Hammock.
Yes, Vacation. Original Vacation.
Vacation, all I ever wanted.
National Lampoon's college thing. The college one.
The college one. You have to be a lot more
National
specific.
Lampoon's.
But it's not Vegas.
Van
It's not
Wilder.
Vacation. No.
Vegas. National Lampoon's Las Vegas thing.
Vancouver.
Vegas. Is the Vancouver? National Vancouver?
There it is. That's the answer I was looking
Oh, I was nowhere close at all. I was just.
for. National Lampoon's Animal House comes in at number 4. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's that funny.
National Lampoon's Vancouver Vacation.
You said Vegas.
There's a Las Vegas Lampoon's though, right?
Yeah.
There
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So, okay, now we're into the top 3. So this is when things get real.
closing the doors.
This one starred John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, and Eric Idle. Was released in 1975. Directed by Terry Gilliam and Terry Jones. This British comedy film was written and performed by the comedy group of Monty Python.
I was going to say this has to be a Monty Python.
But which one is it? They
Yeah.
did so many.
Yeah, what's, how do I, is it by the date? How do I know which one it is?
1975.
Can you tell me anything that happens in it?
Yes. People are attacked by a rabbit.
Oh, it's definitely the King Arthur one, right?
The King Arthur one.
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
Good
You
Lord.
know what I'm talking about.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's right. Monty Python
The
and
other
Holy Grail
one that we didn't already talk about.
comes in at number 3. It's also listed as number 85 on the greatest movie quotes of all time.
There's so
I
many.
agree. I agree
I think it
with
should be
that.
higher than that.
I actually like the
personally.
quotes on Life of Brian better.
You know what? You might actually be right. Always look on the bright side of life.
Where's it going to gestate? You going to keep it in a box?
All right, number 2. And I mean, I can't disagree with this. Ayo! Jennifer Wright says, hello, my favorite dudes.
What's up? What's up?
And then some smiley faces. We're here to make your day. Strap in, girl. We going for a ride. Okay.
That's that riding tune.
Get in my van. So this was Gene Hackman, Mel Brooks, and Gene Wilder. What a cast. 1974, directed by Mel Brooks.
Spaceballs.
Gene Wilder.
Oh.
You sick son of a bitch.
Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Good job.
Nice.
You earned that cha-ching.
You totally earned it.
And that comes in at number 7 on the all-time greatest comedy films, by the way. And it comes in at number 312 on the best musical movies of all time. Is there a lot of music in that? I guess there is.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot there was any.
And the Duffster jumping the gun, because number 1,
Of course.
number 1 is again
Close.
Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, and Anne Bancroft. 1974, actually the same year that Young Frankenstein came out. They were very busy. Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles.
Oh.
I understood.
Where are all the white women at?
I understand they recently have made a more like PC version.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes long. So
Gene
Yeah.
Wilder was like the Adam Sandler of that time.
I mean, Gene Wilder was. Yeah, absolutely. And Mel Brooks, I think he's one of the greatest comedy writers
For sure.
of all time. I honestly can't think of one. See, like, 'cause here's the thing. Even like the Coen brothers and the Farrelly brothers and a lot of these comedy people that write, they wind up doing something that just doesn't work. You know what I
I
mean?
actually didn't care for a lot of Mel Brooks movies, but I did love Spaceballs.
But I think you didn't care for them. I think your issue is it's a very fast-witted comedy.
And my
and
brain
you're very,
doesn't work
I think
fast
you're just a
enough.
very chill dude. Yeah. Like, we tried to watch Snatch, and it just went right over his head. And that's a great movie.
I had to rewind to watch Snatch. There
Right.
was a couple rewinds.
Yeah.
Nothing made me rewind more than Mission Impossible, the first one, Tom Cruise, where they're trying to get the risk chips and stuff. I had to rewind a billion times in that movie.
Memento.
They kept whispering. Memento I had to rewind for sure.
Yep.
But man, Mission Impossible was like a festival of whispering too.
It was.
It was like crunch, crunch, loud. You're in trouble because you're playing the movie too loud. And then risk chips, risk chips.
Right. Like, what? This guy wants some brisk chips? What?
Some brisk iced tea.
Want some brisk iced tea? Do you remember those brisk commercials as
Yeah,
a kid? Do you guys remember Crystal Pepsi?
that's brisk, baby.
Yes. The clear Pepsi.
Yeah. I think they tried to re-release it every few years now, I think, as like a gimmick.
Do
No,
they?
it's only been back once.
Oh, is there only once?
I have one, and it's starting to like shrink into itself.
Whoa.
So like material is disappearing. Material is turning into dark matter
Silent
within
movie.
the bottle, and it's getting like negative pressure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like your own little mini black star.
It's like emitting neutrinos and stuff.
Yeah. You're gonna have a black hole soon.
It drives me nuts though because
Be careful with it.
it has the new logo, but it's Crystal Pepsi. But the logo has got that offset to it. It's not the perfect crisp yin yang like the old logo was.
Yeah, no. Well, while we're still on the movie subject, I brought up Bruce versus Frankenstein.
Okay.
Bruce Campbell teases crazy plans for Bruce versus Frankenstein. And I, personally, am freaking excited. Celebrated B movie star Bruce Campbell remains one of the most popular, if lesser known, presences in movies thanks to his roles like Evil Dead franchise
Oh yeah.
and the wonderfully unique Bubba Hotep, which you're still yet to see. You got to come over.
Oh,
to the house
I need to see it too.
Oh,
We'll team up
fantastic.
on
Yeah,
it.
we got to do that. Campbell announced that he would be making a sequel to the 2007 horror comedy My Name is Bruce, which is amazingly funny. Incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, gotta see it. The Dusters, he's in too. Let's see here, and it would be titled Bruce versus Frankenstein. Well, now Campbell has discussed the project even further. He wants the movie to be an Expendables version of a horror. You know how like Sylvester Stallone brings in like all the action heroes? So he's talking, I want to get so many horror movie stars that people can't possibly not see the movie. I want to give them other stuff to do. I want to have Kane Hodder be very particular about what he eats. I want Robert Englund to be a tough guy, like he knows Taekwondo or something. I want to find out the hidden sides of all these people. Some will play themselves, some will play alternate characters as well. I may approach Kane Hodder to play Frankenstein. He could be Kane Hodder himself fighting himself as Frankenstein. It could be crazy. I think this is fantastic. I am so on board for this. I talked with Mike Richards, who is my partner on this, and we're going to start with a graphic novel. So I'm going to adapt the screenplay. We're going to put that out first so people in the industry can get a better sense of it. Mike has been selling a lot of projects to Netflix, and he said that's kind of the way to go with his material and fantasy and stuff. So he suggested we do that first. So that'll be interesting. I can't wait. I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan. Do you even know who Bruce Campbell is?
Is that the guy that played Evil Dead?
He was, yes.
He was the book.
He was also in the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah.
Because he does most of Sam Raimi's stuff.
Huh.
He has that little cameo. He plays the ring announcer.
Oh.
And he announces,
He's got a face that's kind of like familiar right away, so it's like you're kind of forgettable in that way.
Burn Notice. He plays Sam, a.k.a. Chuck Finley, in the seven-year series Burn Notice. Also, Briscoe County Jr., a very tiny TV series. I think they had like one season, maybe 2 seasons.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm out of my circles there.
Wow. Just wow. And obviously Evil Dead, right? And then he did Evil Dead 2 where he got the chainsaw arm.
Yeah.
I loved seeing Evil Dead after playing Duke Nukem because I didn't know all the Duke Nukem phrases were stolen from that movie.
Yes.
Especially Evil Dead 2.
Yes. Amazing. All right, folks.
I used to like Duke Nukem a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Shit,
jam.
Duke Nukem 3D had like all
Oh,
these
yeah.
stolen Bruce Campbell quotes like crazy.
Totally.
Let's go ahead and pay some bills. We're going to get to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got History's Mysteries, and we're going to get drunk. It's going to be great.
Hey ladies, when it's not raining men, it's always raining tacos at Juan's, Flaming Fajitas, and Cantina during their daily happy hour from 3 to 7. If things get a little too hot from their authentic Flaming Fajitas, you can visit their outdoor dining area and cool down with 1 or 2 Corona Ritas. If you're feeling spicy, be sure to order one of my personal favorites, their fresh tableside guacamole, which goes perfectly with their homemade chips and salsa for 1 or 2.
Visit Juan's Flamin' Fajitas and Cantina on Facebook or in the real world at 9640 West Tropicana. Proud supporter of the Rockin' Comedy Show for 2 years and counting.
Big or small, they do them all. It's Motor Mission, family-owned and operated machine and radiator shop. At Motor Mission, they offer complete radiator rod and repairing, rebuilding, replacements, and manufacturing all in-house. They also provide complete machine shop services, including engine rebuilding, valve jobs, surfacing, milling, boring, honing, balancing, thermal cleaning, blasting, hot tanking, broken bolt removal, antique restoration, and much more. If you need a custom radiator with electric fans and a fan shroud built for your custom project, they can do that too. Motor Mission works on anything foreign and domestic for autos, industrials, RVs, heavy equipment, power sports, antiques, marine, racing, street rods, hot rods, stationary gen sets or power units, and large mining equipment. Motor Mission is at 5435 Desert Point Drive. Call 702-649-2366 or visit motormission.com.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.rocks app.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. We are Mad Mike and the Hank with
Welcome back.
Woz. So we made us a concoction the other day.
Oh yeah, I have something to wash it down with if things
And,
get risky.
It's called Riot Punch.
Yes, and we made some videos. In fact, we made a whole 4th of July Put That in Your Mouth special.
Yes, we
and
did.
we are going to post that on YouTube. You'll be able to get that on twocluelessdudes.com. You will be able to go to Facebook. You'll be able to go to Instagram. You will be able to go to your grandma's house. And you will see our videos. And I would love it if you watched them, liked them, laughed at them.
It'll teach you how to make this Riot Punch.
Just Riot Punch. I'm going to grab it right now.
Okay.
Riot now.
Riot.
Riot now. That's the Riot drama.
So
Okay.
this
Okay.
Riot Punch
It's ominous.
came to us from somebody in your family.
Yeah, shout out to Courtney, actually. He's the one that recommended it to my brother, and my brother then told me the secret recipe. Now, in this, as you'll see in the video, is four Locos,
Yes.
sour apple flavor.
Leave one of the ingredients out as a secret one you have to watch the video
Yes. I will say this. It has that. It has juice
for. It's only a couple things. I'm like, oh no.
and a couple of other things that make it incredibly... honestly, it kind of smells like turpentine.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. I'm going to let you do the
It'll
pour.
strip paint, but Four Loko will anyway. Four Loko will clean your toilet.
Ooh, yeah.
Four Loko can help you start your
It's a
lawnmower
colon cleanser.
after the winter.
He's
When-
doing a great job, folks. Oh, my back. Woo, yeah. You're doing a great job. One and done, I always say.
All right, I like that this one is not full. I'm on the highway of the danger zone here.
Woz is not a huge... You're not a huge drinker.
Not a huge drinker, no.
He's more about the cocaine. And that's okay. We appreciate
But
that.
I never pay for it.
Well, that's good, because that means, when I need help, you're up.
It's a true musician.
True.
Sure, I like that, but I'll never pay for it.
I'm incredibly focused right now. Great. All right. Well, why don't we go into History's Mysteries while we give this a shot?
Cheers.
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 Words.
Fourth.
You're listening to
Assalamu
Two
alaikum.
Clueless Dudes.
Salaikum salam.
I like the Lakers.
Mysteries. Like that $20 you say I owe you.
Wow.
It's way better than I thought it was going to be. The Four
Yeah?
Loko
It's
saves it.
good. But there's some sweetness in there.
Yeah.
And once you go to the video, you'll find out.
That G word, that's
So much liquid, so many electrons.
so much of a certain fancy thing that starts with a G. See if you
Who
can
said
guess.
that?
Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
There's like 3 beverages
She's
by
one
me
of our
alone.
fantastic neighbors. We had a great time.
I knocked over a beverage trying to bring it past between 2 other beverages.
Yeah.
It happens.
So I would now why it's called Riot Punch, I have no idea. We
Makes me
honestly
want to
don't
riot.
know.
There's caffeine in this.
Yeah, I guess there is, right?
Yes,
There's
there is.
caffeine. That's
Because there's caffeine in the...
Four Locos.
Four Locos.
This is the first time I've ever
There's
had
a lot of
Four
caffeine
Loko.
in Four Loko.
Is there? Okay. I know the alcohol content's really high.
A group of children were once brought into the hospital because they couldn't explain what had happened to them or what was wrong with them. So it was assumed that they're on mushrooms or acid. And then when they came to, they revealed that they just drank a bunch of Four Loko.
Really?
Wow.
Real
be damned.
story.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
History's mysteries from way back this week. 1613, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London, England, burnt down during a performance of Henry VIII.
Wow, you took it very literal.
Yes. Burn this mother effer down.
So,
We don't need any water. Let this mother effer burn.
So hold on. That was in 1613?
1613.
They just burn it.
Burn it down.
Was it like an accident
I would assume so because it happened during a performance.
during a performance? You don't think it was like somebody like,
Somebody was
Was like-
probably smoking a cigarette.
Margaret, would you like us to watch me set my flatulence alight? Whoosh. Bring the whole place down.
It could have happened.
Could have been that way.
It could have been that way.
We don't
Have
know.
you
You know
ever
what?
seen anybody light their own farts?
History's written by the victors anyway, so we're live.
That's true.
Lit farts.
We'll make our own history.
Yeah, have you ever seen anybody light their own
it-
fart?
It's often
Yes, actually.
disappointing.
It's actually very, very comical.
It's anticlimactic sometimes.
Well,
Well, you got to have somebody with good juice.
when I was younger,
I've only
we
seen the
actually
little puffs.
my friend Stevie Lappin actually was a little confused. He wanted to light his fart on fire, but he knew it wasn't going to be enough, so he decided to use hairspray to give it that extra boost.
Boom, boom.
So he did that. He farted, lit the thing, and he used the lighter, and it literally burnt his pants and all up his backside. We were getting ready to go to a special event, so he was dressed in like a button-down shirt. His mom made him go in it.
Yikes.
He had to go. No, his back was gone. His ass is all charred. It was great.
I would take a
Oopsie
friend's
daisy.
shoe and let it fill with lighter fluid, like hold a lighter, just the tab down, and the fluid's heavier than air, the gas that comes
Right.
out. So I'd let it just feel, and you'd feel the coolness of it, the low temperature, as it like fills the shoe, and I'd light it, and it'd be like a little oil lamp going from their shoe, and then it'd be all crispy inside.
That same family, his older brother, Andrew Lappin, had just got a Zippo, his very first Zippo. Decided to fill it with the fluid, but it wasn't the right,
Oh,
it's different stuff for the
Zippo
Zippo.
needs the liquid.
Yes,
a
it
certain
does.
type, right? So
Yeah.
he had it in, he thought he was doing it. He was watching TV. And we're playing like with army men. Yeah, I'm still real young. And he's doing that, and then he goes, woof, it's cold in here.
Oh no!
And we all looked over and went, huh? Because it's like July, right? And he goes, good thing I got my new fancy lighter.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
He went up like a fireball.
no.
A fireball. It was incredible. He
That
lived.
sounds terrible.
Oh man. Yeah, it doesn't get into you much. I used to play with that stuff a lot. We'd get some cheap lighters at the drugstore and just fill different objects. If you do it with like a clear glass guitar slide or a glass cup and then
Oh.
light it, you can have a floating blue ghost in there.
See, I
For
never
minutes.
I never did much with fire because I was around people that were doing it for me, essentially.
Nice. Well done.
You know, it was one of those things
So
where
you were never the arsonist kid? You were the one step back and watching?
Yeah, in fact, those same kids, they accidentally burnt down their house once. Yeah. My buddy Stevie, in fact, he was not the greatest, teenager. He had trouble in school, so he was sent to like a ranch for like troubled kids
Yeah.
out in like Mesquite. And they decided to set like a bonfire, right? So they get him and a bunch of kids, they get all their stuff together, and they look, douse it in kerosene, right? And they give Stevie, they go to light some matches, and Stevie tells them, no, I got this. I'm a professional. Because at this point, he's done a lot with fire. He pulls out his lighter and gets up to light it, and it just explodes. Giant fireball. They said all you could see running through the town was this trail of smoke as he ran all the way home and into the bathroom and then jumped in the bathtub.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh! Fire the whole time.
Yes.
What a silly dude.
That would suck. That would suck.
Right? You could have just stopped, dropped, and rolled there, but no, I'm going to run home.
All the way.
You guys
Oh,
ever
right.
make your own napalm?
No, I didn't know that
The
was a
cheap
thing.
kind.
I've
So-
made pomade.
If you mix styrofoam and gasoline, the styrofoam dissolves in the gasoline to form a bit of a gel.
Oh.
Then you can smear that gel onto something like an RC car and then like ring your neighbor's doorbell and drive it into their house and bump it into their curtains.
Oh, dang.
We just drove it in a figure 8 in the
That's a dick move.
cul-de-sac. I know, that's hard.
Damn.
That's gangsta.
I'd rather. I mean, I'm like kind of guy that would put like a Jolly Rancher in their shower head, but that's you're taking it to a whole nother level,
So it's all sticky.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That would suck too.
right?
So
Yeah, at
good,
least that
though.
won't set your house on fire.
What would be the difference? You'd be sticky and getting out of the shower.
Oh, God.
Your whole
You're just
house
gonna
would be
wanna
ruined.
burn down anyway.
All right.
mothballs and
1956.
gas.
U.S. Federal Interstate Highway System Act was signed, authorizing $25 billion for the construction of 41,000 miles of interstate. That's a lot of concrete.
41,000 miles.
Yes.
That's more than that song. And I would walk 500 miles.
And I would walk 500 more.
It's like a massively Eastern European.
Sorry, it's the best I got.
And unfortunately, I felt like I had to match it.
I know.
You crane it up.
I'm looking
1996.
for moose and squirrel.
Superman's Action Comic #1 from 1938 auctioned for $61,900.
That would be dirt cheap right now. That's what's crazy. 61 grand for a Superman #1? That'd
Yeah.
be cheap right now.
I wonder what it would cost.
We're probably over $1 million.
You think so?
I you know what? I'm gonna look right now.
Okay, you look, I'll go.
I'm going to say 4 mil.
Really?
Yep.
For a 1938 piece of paper.
Yeah. You're talking, did you say first
Superman #1.
Yeah.
Superman #1.
Yeah. Isn't it Action Comics? Or are you
Yeah.
are you talking about Action Comics #1 or the first one named Superman on the thing? Because if either one's 4 million, I win.
Wow.
Well, I think it's
It was recently sold. The first Superman comic sells for a record-breaking $3.2 million
that's nuts.
in August of 2014.
Wow.
That's pretty close.
That's a whole lot of cheddar.
Yep. So
For
I would
just a
love
magazine.
one for 61 grand.
Wow.
My mom was a comic book collector. Like
Dope.
1/4 of the bedroom was like rows of those white boxes.
And the other
stacked.
one was dildos. He's like,
You just
how
roll-
did you know my mom?
You just roll them up. You take the less valuable ones.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
I-
like making love to a superhero.
Do you guys ever take your phone in the bathtub in a Ziploc bag?
What?
No, iPhones are waterproof.
Well, maybe if they're not like the 6S and have a headphone jack still on. Maybe your freaking iPhone's waterproof. No,
Wow.
I'm talking about cool people that like
Oh.
make technology last for the environment. You can put your phone in a Ziploc bag, and then you can have your porn in the bathtub.
I would have.
The more you know.
Yeah.
I've never.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, what else you do in the
Yeah.
bathtub if
Is
you're
it
there
the
for
one-
like?
Thank you.
I don't know who bought it. Let me see if it says.
I ruined my Nintendo DS screen that way because there's like rips in the bathtub because you could hack them to play videos.
Oh man.
Apparently, the previous record was 2.1 million for another Action Comics #1, which was sold by the actor none other than Nicolas Cage back in
Wow.
2011.
I'm
but it-
surprised he sold that. You know,
He was dirt broke. There is talk that they're going to come out with a National Treasure 4.
Finally.
you mean 3?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Your words,
So
not mine.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great. He's such a good actor when he's given the proper role.
Truly.
He's amazing, and he's actually quite. I know he lives right here in Las Vegas. I've met him.
It doesn't say
he's
who bought it.
quite pleasant. And he named his son. Do you know what he named his son?
Bob Newhart.
No, Bing Bang. Bing Bang Cage.
Bing Bang Cage.
Yeah.
Kal-El.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
really
he's
did.
a huge Superman fan.
Yeah, he's a huge Superman fan.
You could run into him at the Las Vegas Comic Con all the time.
Yeah. 2002. Did you know
I
that
knew.
U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney served as acting president for 2.5 hours while President George W. Bush underwent a colonoscopy procedure?
Didn't know. He was the real president the whole time.
Yeah.
Psh, have you guys ever
He
seen
shot people in the
Vice?
face.
Was it Cheney and then called Cheney?
Yeah. Do you guys ever see Vice? The movie Vice?
No.
That's
Oh.
about,
I've watched
it's
the
about
Vice
Cheney?
channel.
Yeah. It's about Cheney and
Yeah.
like goes through his life and what he did to.
Starring Christian Bale, right?
Yeah. It's so amazing. He really
Was it
like.
good? It was a good movie.
pushes the role of the vice president to have more power.
Yeah.
And like he actually continues from a previous vice president doing that. So it's this weird like power legacy thing that happened there. It's like really spooky and like casual like lives lost and stuff. It's like some really messed up stuff done by him that you just brushed off.
How dare that Christian Bale?
I
Christian
love
Bale nailed
Christian
it.
Bale. Best Batman ever.
Oh man, have you seen him in that movie about the
The thing
recession and the people that shorted the recession, The Big Short? It also has 40-Year-Old Virgin Steve Carell in it.
Really?
Yes.
I've not. Do you
Very
remember
cool.
Dinner for Schmucks
Oh, I never saw
with
it.
Steve Carell, and he does the taxidermy on the rats or something? That was actually
It
pretty
looked
funny movie.
good. I forgot about it. I was distracted.
Yeah,
when that
definitely worth
was
seeing. All right, what else you got?
All right, here we go. 1908.
I'm
A
feeling that
giant
drink.
fireball, most likely caused by an airburst of a large meteor or comet, flattens 80 million trees near the Stony Tungsta River in Russia, and the largest impact ever recorded in history.
And when was this?
1908.
1908.
All the cool things happen in Russia. They got the cool meteor that hit, and it's worth a lot of money.
Look, I'm not saying it's related, but 80
Chelyabinsk.
80 years later, My Little Pony came out.
Boom.
In less than 100 years, we had My
Boom.
Little Pony.
What do you think of that?
And Post Malone and My
Caused
Little
by a lit fart.
My Little
probably.
Post Maloney.
Oh
Post
my
Maloney
Oh my god.
going home with baloney.
You guys, this shit's really strong.
It is really strong, right? He's feeling it.
Oh.
It's
I
really
am-
good. It's
I am too. I'm feeling
the
it.
sour. I'm really into the
But
sour.
we didn't even drink that much of it, but
I drank less than you.
We should chug it.
dude, I don't know if I could.
I need salt.
You need
Doesn't
salt?
it just make you want to eat like 8 crackers?
We didn't hit a spiff. It's
Well-
just a little drink. 1955, Johnny Carson show debuted on CBS. He remained on air until 1992.
Wow, that's a long time to be flying.
Yeah, almost 40 years. Long time.
Tunguska Blast. I think that's what the name of it is.
Yes.
The Duster says the
Tunguska-
Tunguska.
Tunguska River.
Yeah,
remember
Tunguska
that.
Russia, yeah.
Blast. Honestly, it was probably just like a giant moose that farted.
and knocked over 80 million trees.
Yeah, he probably hadn't farted his whole life. Just finally came out. Just like that.
1994.
You get the picture in your head, right?
You do.
You totally do.
And now all of our viewers and listeners do too.
That's my spirit animal. The farting moose.
Pre-trial hearings opened in L.A. against O.J. Simpson, who also lives in Las
When was
Vegas.
this?
1994.
Dang, that was that long ago?
1994. That was the whole white
So,
Bronco deal.
We've talked about it, and we just asked, do you think he did it? And you say,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Hey, he did everything.
you think he did. You think he killed those people?
Yes.
It's hard for me to say that he didn't.
Because the glove didn't fit, so you must have quit.
Genius. And apparently, I don't know for a fact because I think there's some specials out, but I heard that they didn't even want the defense. They didn't even want to bring out the glove because they were worried about it.
No,
for sure.
the lead
Right?
prosecutor did not want to talk
That's
about
what it
it.
was.
And the assistant prosecutor decided to do it
Dubster
anyway.
says he did it,
And
but
that was
he didn't take
actually
certain medicines for his rhomboid arthritis that causes his hands.
his
to swell.
hands had swollen.
You also
Yeah.
put it in the glove, silly.
Did you
Yeah.
think so?
No glove fits when
Well,
you're like me
yeah,
with your
when,
hand.
when you hold your hand all goofy and
Yeah.
stupid and you're trying
no
to
one
push.
puts on a glove like that. Like, put it over my claw.
But they also made him put on a glove because it was evidence, and then tried to put on the glove.
Yeah, and he put it
And
on with
it
his
just
knuckles bent. You
it
don't
just-
put on a glove with your knuckles all bent.
It just didn't work.
no.
So
He's all smug. Like, see, look
he
at
that was the defense's number one F up. If they would have left that alone, it's very likely that he would have.
Oh, and the other thing was the latent racism in the Justice Department there. was just a
the lead
super bad
detective
look.
was a super Nazi.
Yeah, and like catching those audio things, it just discredited the crap out of the department.
Yes,
Tragically.
it really hurt.
He wrote that book. If I did
it.
it right, but do you think? I mean, do you think it was like a thing of like passion, rage, or do you think it was like premeditated? Like he had it all planned out.
I think he's a
No.
control freak,
Yeah.
and if he couldn't have Nicole, then nobody could.
Yeah, and I think he snapped in
And
that moment.
who is Nicole? I'm kidding. I know.
Jesus. I got another good one for you. 1994 still. 94 was a good year.
Actually, it was. Nirvana was going strong. Bush.
I was 11.
I was digging the
that's
grunge.
True. Yeah,
Pearl
grunge
Jam.
was alive and
Well.
strong.
Jinko jeans were all the rage.
Yeah. Where you could fit like 12 people into one leg of a pair of Jinko pants.
You could hide your whole Riot punch and nobody would ever know.
Silverchair, Frog Stomp.
One of my favorite albums. Actually, their next album, Neon Ballroom, which came out in like 98,
That was
99.
the one that,
That was like my favorite.
That was the one you got chicks with.
Yeah.
That was the one you'd bond with the ladies
Yeah.
over.
Well, this one, I know you remember.
I do.
It's just as important as the O.J. Simpson trial.
Lay it on me.
94, U.S. Ice Skating Federation bars Tanya Harding for life as a result of her involvement in the assault of none other than Nancy Kerrigan.
Do you think she did it?
I think it's
Well-
factual that she did it. She pled guilty.
She didn't do it, but she was implicit.
Right. She.
her boyfriend or her bodyguard or whoever.
Have you ever wanted to win so bad that you do that?
I don't feel like it was as much her though. But did you guys see that documentary where they did a
Yes.
bunch of reenactments?
She still looked like a hoe.
Yeah, but she was kind of a good anti-hero in that. I thought
It looked like it less demonized her.
it did.
Which
I felt like I got it a little better.
I
Because people are
liked it.
complicated. People aren't just good or just bad.
I
There's
think.
complicated things behind people doing bad things.
I agree with
It's
that.
fascinating.
And I did watch that show. It was really good.
Yeah, it's like it didn't justify it, but you got it.
Ronnie, what's up, buddy?
I think they should just make it. I think they should just make it like part of the Olympics.
Hell yes.
You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
they make
they
the
protected
Olympics.
those knees.
Yeah, I think they would
Yeah.
make it a far more interesting Olympics.
That's
I
part
mean-
of the sport. Is
You know, having sabotage, like legit sabotage, could be a thing as long as you don't get caught. It counts. I think that's cool.
it's like the
But when you get caught, you kind of get.
Oh, she also has a sex tape. Tanya Harding.
Oh yeah,
She
got
puts
a
the
sex
heart
tape.
in Harding.
No, she didn't. I've watched it.
Have you?
It's more like this.
Oh. Does she
Margot
like
Robbie
smear and
is
chew gum?
Margot Robbie. Harley Quinn is portraying Tanya Harding in an upcoming movie.
Another Tanya Harding movie though?
Like, how many do we need?
Like that last one was great, and like I'm all full, all done. That's plenty.
Are we talking about Ronnie? Are we talking about the same movie that is already out? Answer us.
Give
1874.
him a second. There's a delay.
Yeah. You get back to us. We've got a
I
show.
demand an answer.
Do it now.
Engage. Hail them.
1874, the
Number one.
first zoo in the United States opened in Philadelphia. The zoo had 1,000 animals, and the admission price was 25 cents.
When?
1874.
Oh, okay.
And where was it at? New York? Nyanya? Nyanya business? I just joined in, so I'm not sure. I wish it was the porn.
Well, you can look it up later, buddy. 1991,
I wanna
Terminator
see-
2 Judgment Day, directed by James Cameron and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, and Edward Furlong, premiered at Century City, California. The movie was budgeted for $94 million and received $520 million in the box office, the highest grossing film in 1991.
You know what else is crazy about that film? Is
Everything.
I'm pretty sure the same year, Bram Stoker's Dracula came out, and the director refused to use any special effects, which is what made Terminator 2 so incredible. Was the special effects? He
Oh,
used nothing.
definitely.
He used nothing but movie camera,
Practical effects.
Yeah, cinema effects from the camera, and that movie was. I mean, I don't know if you remember it, but that was actually one of Keanu Reeves' first movies. That was actually before he
What
was
was it?
famous. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Keanu Reeves was in that?
Yes, and so was Anthony Hopkins,
Hmm.
Interesting.
who plays Glenn Gooley Blue. No, that's not it.
Glenn,
Van Helsing.
Glenn,
It's hard
Gary,
for me to remember.
Glenn Ross.
I'm
Glenn
so
Ross.
drunk.
I got it at
Riot
Ross.
Punch.
Glenn Ross. There we go.
That's his name.
That's
Glenn
what I was
Gary,
trying to say.
Glenn Ross. Good. What else you got?
All right, here we go. 1997.
I need some donuts.
Dude, I need salt with this.
We'll get some. We're gonna
Some
get some.
salty donuts.
The Nevada Athletic Commission suspends the Iron Mike Tyson indefinitely and withheld his $20 million purse for biting Evander Holyfield's ear during their heavyweight
Ooh, yeah.
title fight.
I'm not even mad at that because I mean honestly,
You get caught
Mike
up.
Tyson's too manly for a purse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real.
He just shouldn't-
Real
I
talk.
it's hard to
Big
it's hard to
ass
picture
purse.
him with one of those giant purses and to hold $20 million. That's
$20
gotta
million.
be a really big purse.
Yeah, it's a physically large.
It's probably more of a satchel.
Did you watch that fight?
Which one? With Evander Holyfield where he bites
Yeah.
his ear off? I did actually.
It's it's actually quite a fight.
Yeah.
And not favoring Mike Tyson.
No.
So
But he was going through so much at the time. He was on so much shit.
Yeah, he didn't think
He
he could
just
lose.
kinda-
He got desperate.
Yeah, he just kind of got lazy.
Mhm.
Let's be honest.
yeah.
But I think prime Mike Tyson, who was hungry and wanted it, still one of the greatest boxers to ever lived.
absolutely.
Here he's coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't have to come back far. He lives here.
He's gonna fight again though. Apparently, he's training again.
No way.
Yeah. Have you even seen the videos of him fighting?
I've seen him do
Of
some
doing the-
videos, but I didn't.
Dude, he looks.
He's Iron Mike Tyson. Yeah, he looks good.
He did almost need a ladder to get to Holyfield's ear. Oh, that was at the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
For Ronnie. That's interesting.
2018, NBA star LeBron James agreed to
LeBron
a
Brames.
4-year, $154 million deal with the LA Lakers, leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers again.
I'm going to say this right now, and
Do
I
it.
absolutely mean it. LeBron James is the biggest fucking joke to the NBA. I get that you're a good baseball player, basketball player.
This Riot Punch is great.
It's great. But my problem is he can't, like, at least in football, you can stick to a team, right? You could spend a career on a team. Baseball, same way. I hate that how in basketball, like every year, they're switching teams, it seems like. He's been on like 4 or 5 fucking teams. Pick a goddamn team already.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
He only goes to teams that he thinks he can win at.
I say shuffle him.
He started off
keeps
with
it more
Cleveland. He
interesting.
should have just stayed there, dude.
I think it's
It's
more
true.
trivia to remember without having to watch boring games.
And like, yeah, and I don't even
You know
know
what
if you
they
guys
should
remember.
do? Every sport should be based off D&D. You should get to roll a D20,
Yeah,
and that's who you get.
word.
You know what I mean?
I love this.
All of the players, you get 20.
Well, then it's more of a competition
the-
of coaches.
then the
and like whatever
coaches
you
Yeah.
get.
roll a
Ronnie, I
D20.
agree. NBA is all about super teams now. I hate that. I absolutely hate it
Yeah,
too.
totally
I think
agree.
it's a joke.
Totally agree.
I really like, and in fact, it was kind of that way. Hockey was kind of that way for a little while, but hockey's got a good cap system in place now.
It would be really cool to see a tournament,
And baseball has been that way recently too, and I like to see that. trend
like a
go.
series of games where people are like lotteried into which teams, and you really get to see a competition of coaching and strategy. That would be incredible.
You know what I think they should do? I think the 2 teams should plan, and then the very last second, they should make the coaches switch sides.
They would just make them both play shitty.
I know, it would be so fun to watch, though.
That would suck.
Like, how can they throw a game?
That'd be hilarious.
1901, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid rob a train for $40,000 at Wagner, Montana.
In Wagner, Montana,
Wagner, Montana.
Butch Cassidy.
And the Sundance Kid.
Well, how would you like to be called the Sundance Kid?
Yeah, nobody knows. Like, who is that son of a bitch?
Sounds
Like,
hot.
I don't know who he
Yeah,
is.
nobody knows.
Ladies like a Sundance.
Butch Cassidy?
Yeah, everybody knows Butch
He
Cassidy.
sounds like a 70s porn star.
No, she's like, she wants that young. Butch Cassidy's too old. I want that kid, that Sundance kid.
And the Sundance Kid sounds like a hippie from the 60s.
Yeah.
That's so true. It does. Sundance Kid.
Right?
My mom loves sunflowers.
You can get tang with that. You can get that non-confrontational tang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, that P&L, that peace and love.
1979, Susan B. Anthony dollar was issued. It's the first coin to honor a woman.
Nice.
1979.
I'm glad that we could honor women with coins.
Yes. Well, we
It just
honored-
makes it a lot harder to put in their G-string. I'm just saying.
You know, it's actually funny you bring that up because when I was in the military, we made our way to the north and
I can
stopped
tip.
in Canada.
But I only got these coins.
Nova
Can I insert
Scotia.
slot?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because you're not allowed to touch them. You have to put your coin or your bills up on a post.
Really?
And then they will come. I mean, they don't put it anywhere, obviously, but then they'll do the little dance for you. And
Are they a buck nude place? Or just a topless?
I think it was just topless.
And where was this at?
Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Ah, the Canadians, eh?
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 1776, U.S. Congress proclaimed the Declaration of Independence and the independence from Britain.
Whoop whoop!
And finally, 1796, first Independence Day celebration was held. Americans light approximately 200 million pounds of fireworks each year.
Dang.
200 million pounds.
That's a whole lot of million pounds.
That's
A
a
quarter of
whole
it.
lot of Chinese money.
Like a tenth of
Wow.
it's happening in my neighborhood specifically. It's all happening. It's been fireworks all year where I live.
Yeah, me
That
too.
sucks. Because we got dogs, man. We can't. we
Yeah,
can't.
Yeah, it's getting old.
It actually sucks because my dog is deeply and absolutely petrified of fireworks. So
And 4th of July
Keep
is right
that-
around the corner.
keep that in mind tomorrow, folks, while you're having a good time blowing stuff up.
And 4th of July
Make
in
sure you make your
Vegas,
riot punch.
it is so nuts. Like I live downtown. I can go out on the balcony at like 3 in the morning and look in any direction and see a firework going off. If I go out like 11, it's like there's 8 or 9 within my field of vision any direction I am.
Wow.
It's just constant.
I don't have it that bad, but I have it a little shitty. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, it's not many
And it's
going
my
on. It's
next
just background
door
noise.
neighbors. My next door neighbors buy like $2,000 or $3,000 worth, and they'll be up until like 1 a.m. blowing shit up.
Yeah, it'll be between like 6 p.m. and like 12.
You know what I would do
Nonstop.
if somebody did fireworks right next to my house? I wouldn't tell them to stop. I would buy a bunch of foghorns, and every time it explodes, I do the horn so they can not enjoy the sound of it exploding.
I love this.
Every time, meh, meh,
I love that.
right?
I'm gonna do that.
This
That's
ruins it.
evil.
That is.
I like that.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and pay some bills really quick. We're going to get to some commercials. When we come back, we're going to do a little more Put That in Your Mouth. We have something very, very special for Waz and Phil. It's going to be great. And after that, we'll get to some other great things.
Ever notice how sometimes classic rock isn't classic? Classic is supposed to mean the artist has been around for a while and done a thing or two. Welcome to High Quality Rock, the undisputed best artists and songs in rock and roll history with no posers and no slog. Only the best of the best rock music with pedigree that didn't come out of a comic book. Great music 24/7, excellent programs all week and every weekend. It's basically the only rock music station you need, and it's at highqualityrock.com, now included with the free Radio Vegas Rocks app.
Nut rub.
From Ball Wash. You put that on after you cleanse yourself and get a nice little fragrance down there, and it lasts all day, and it's absolutely really amazing.
Ooh, yes.
And it smells great. So there you go.
Yeah, heck yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so proud to become
Thank you, Ball Wash, and
you,
visit them
Ball.
online at ballwash.com and use coupon code Radio Vegas to get 20% off.
Man, I'm having
They
so
have
much fun.
they have
already popping these.
shampoos and they have soap. And
I'm
they
very
have,
excited about this. I've always seen this. Like, I wonder how that works. Or what it smells like.
Well, you should open it and smell it, and you'll get even more
There you go.
excited.
Twist and pull.
He had
Twist and pull.
he had no trouble at all over here.
Listen, all right, I don't grab things that are lubricated, all right? Give me a break, all right? It smells delicious. No, actually, you can smell it through the can. It actually does smell
What do
pretty
you do?
good.
You can?
Yeah, it says ocean air solid cologne.
Ooh, and mine is cedar and citrus for those woodsy smells.
I mean, it says ocean in there on mine. Does it say yours is cedar?
Cedar and citrus.
Okay, here, I'll trade you. So you can smell mine. Well, I don't want you to smell it that way, but I mean,
Well, this is nice too.
yeah, see, and they actually make some really good smell. Dude, nut rub. Tonight, let's
Let's-
put it to the test.
Let's rub some nuts.
Let's rub the cedar and the ocean together. See if we can get a woody ocean.
Rub some nut.
When you need the balls to smell as fresh as the day.
Nut rub.
From Ball Wash. Use coupon code Radio Vegas to get 20% off.
Why do we love the Golden Tiki so much? How about the handcrafted tiki drinks made with freshly squeezed juices, homemade syrups, and top shelf booze? These aren't your cruise ship pre-mixed cocktails. These specialty drinks take time and are for the true cocktail enthusiasts. Located in the strip mall in Chinatown, it's truly a hidden hideaway. Well, hidden if you don't know the address, it's 3939 Spring Mountain Road. This place is what my tiki bar dreams are made of, an adult version to Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, complete with alcohol-infused Dole Whip and dirty talking birds, with drink names like Navy Grog, Terrible Twisted, and Dirty Banana. And last but not least, a shot of empathy named Kraken. These drinks will have you back and back again. From the kick-ass atmosphere, hidden Easter eggs in the bar, like Bigfoot's footprint, and don't forget to rub the golden dong for good luck. From live music to DJs that will make you feel like you're on a tropical vacation. The Golden Tiki, 3939 Spring Mountain Road. That's the Golden Tiki, 3939 Spring Mountain Road.
Hey, it's RadioVegas.rocks. Check out Sin City Lovin' Podcast.
All right, so I'm gonna pull up. Don't look over here. I'm gonna pull up the.
I don't want to look over there.
No, but I want
see
everyone to see
waffle.
your face.
Is it a blue vagina? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay,
That's
hold on.
Disgusting.
I want you to see. I want everyone to watch your face because this is their first time.
Oh my god,
seeing this.
I'm so nervous. So nervous. I'm gonna hide my face.
Don't look yet.
Oh my
let me pull
gosh.
up the images.
So
Hold
gross.
on. It's so. Okay, you ready?
No.
Wait, let me get it. Let me
Dude,
zoom
am I gonna
in.
puke? I ate breakfast
You
this
might.
morning.
Hold on, it's pulling up.
I'm
Are
like,
you
"No."
ready?
I was like, no, I'm not giving BJ's.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not
Are you
ready. I don't want to look.
You guys ready? You want to watch your face? Okay, gotta look. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I can't.
Do it.
Oh my god. Oh, that is disgusting.
Exactly. Tell me.
Oh. I'm seriously gonna throw up. Oh my god.
Tell me you don't show that in health class and people will stop having dirty sex.
That's Sin City Lovin' Podcast. Every other Wednesday, 9 a.m. on RadioVegas.rocks.
Your new favorite internet radio station, RadioVegas.rocks.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. I'm Mad Mike. I'm here with the Hank and Waz, supposedly. I have put that in your mouth.
Hope it's salty. Please be
so
salty.
was this from the duster?
Yes, this is from our good friend, Jeffrey.
Oh, it looks really good.
Jeffrey Yuffield.
It's packaged well.
It is.
Describe this packaging. It looks
So, it's called Venomit, and it is freeze-dried. And what it is, I will not reveal to you until after you've put it in your mouth.
this gold and clear packaging. It looks brittle and oh, the smell coming off that. All right, it's happening. We're gonna have an eat.
Really, just take it in.
Jeff. Jeff.
I'm really confused by it. I don't know if I like it or not.
This is Durian.
Oh, it goes between liking and not liking pretty quickly.
It's a very
It's like
It's
eating
a
a
polarizing for.
piece of garlic.
See, Durian I think is okay with the right preparation. You are not following through on yours.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna not too. But I've had durian I liked, but it has to be prepared right so it can choose a flavor. The problem with durian is the combination of flavors is complicated. I knew a smell was coming off of that. All right, we did it. We did the durian. We
Man.
we did the durian.
I think it was worse,
requested.
I think it was worse drunk.
Can I have a donut?
Yeah.
I'm all out.
No.
See, we have backup plans
Yikes.
for when
Durian.
stuff is bad.
My God.
Durian is
I'm gonna be
complexly.
honest. I think it's actually worse freeze-dried.
It's not as bad as a lot of people describe. I found it was just confusing. That's part of what was bad about it.
It was like eating a piece of garlic.
It had flavors I like and flavors I didn't like all swirled together back and forth.
I've had durians like in smoothies and whatnot.
Yeah, they can be prepared to where it emphasize or fake
Yeah.
meat. You can make some fake meat with
Yeah.
durian. That's good.
But whew,
Well, I just poured me another Riot punch, so cheers.
yeah. I'm still baby in the first one. I'm almost done though. Do you need some more?
I don't know. Yeah,
All right. What the hell?
but half of what it was before. Safety first, then teamwork.
All right. Make the dream work.
All right, so.
Good?
Perfect. Oh my
Getting
goodness.
drunk at two clueless dudes.
4th of July, you guys.
Yeah, 4th of July. This is us celebrating.
This is our 4th July
America.
together.
America.
We've had 3 Julys before this. It's number 4.
You gotta understand, people fought without shoes for our freedom.
That's true.
They didn't have Nikes.
No.
Under Armour didn't exist.
No.
They only had New Balance, and who wanted those?
Yeah.
It's true.
You know
No
what I'm saying?
bulletproof vests.
They didn't have bulletproof
No
vests.
armor.
No
None.
anesthesia.
All they had was balls and guns.
Yep.
America.
And paddles. Lots of paddles.
If what's on your screen right now really came to pass, I would leave this country.
Yeah, so
For the
folks,
reference.
something very incredible has just happened, and
Is
I'm
this
going
some
to announce
news?
it. Yes.
All right, hold on.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes. It's news, motherfucker.
Okay, here we go. U.S. State governments across America have responded with decisive action after startling reports surfaced that heart disease kills hundreds of thousands every year. In order to save lives, states have ordered all fast food restaurants to close until we can flatten the curve
Understood.
of heart disease.
Yeah.
When asked for a comment, Governor Cuomo looked up from his double baconator and fries and said, yeah. There is a health crisis in the country, and the government has the power to stop it. Closing all fast food restaurants to the general public is a good step. Of course, we would have to exempt the Wendy's in our building. I have to eat lunch somewhere, after all. He continued to say, although this will cost U.S. millions of jobs, it's a small price to pay to save so many lives. If it even saves one life, it'd be worth it, said Gavin Newsom, as he munched on animal-style fries from In-N-Out. We need to flatten the curve. Of course, this In-N-Out will remain open for me and the other government workers downtown. I mean, have you ever had these burgers? According to sources, fast food restaurants are not the only groups in danger. States are also looking into statewide bans on Italian moms cooking and suburban dads grilling. Olive Garden will even be required to change their unlimited salad and breadsticks to unlimited salad without dressing. The millions of people spared from the heart disease are now projected to die from withdrawals instead.
I had a Baconator on the way here. It was a son of
Did you
Baconator.
really?
It was a son of Baconator,
I
and
love that.
I removed one of the halves of the bun, and I folded it like a taco.
Oh my God, so it was a taco of a Baconator.
It was like a half a taconator.
I literally just took a sip, and it like rejogged all the drunkenness from before.
It's
That
nothing.
was
That's okay. I
crazy.
still feel like I'm chewing on a bulb of garlic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
the
lingers.
Yeah, it sticks behind. Thank you again, Jeff.
That was amazing.
A lot.
Love it.
So much.
And soon we'll be able to put a lot of this stuff on our Amazon page. We're working on getting our Amazon shopping page up and running. So anything that we try or make on the show, you'll be able to go right to our Amazon from twocluesdudes.com and
And
order
they can
them
try
right
it.
and try them yourself. See what all the fuss is about.
It's true.
Incredible.
Fantastic news.
Boy, the punch and the durians taste weird today than the others.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to purchase a new producer.
Okay, so we had talked a little
This
bit.
one broke.
Do you remember, the Dave's Hot and Juicy? Yes, I remember that. Do you remember the Big Tasty from McDonald's? And everybody used to call it the Big Nasty because the Big Tasty was awful. I don't know if you remember it, but the Big Tasty was awful.
I don't.
But Dave's Hot and Juicy was amazing.
If it wasn't on the dollar menu, I didn't sample it.
I think it was. I think the Big Tasty was their dollar menu thing.
I was afraid of it. I don't think so.
Some of those right before dentist appointment, you get extra prompt service. Yeah, in and out for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay, so these are the rumors flying around for Marvel and their brand new potential villain. Now, unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, due to the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of the MCU stuff is kind of on hold, a little hiatus right now. But I expect over the next few months, as things start to calm down, that hopefully they'll be able to get back to filming. I would love to see some new films come out soon. However, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is supposed to resume filming in the Czech Republic once the European ban is lifted. That'll be really nice, and that's going to be like
It's gonna be great.
They said it's going to be like 150 million, and they said it's basically like an 8-hour film, is what Anthony Mackie said, which is really cool. I'm very excited to see that.
Oh, me too.
So, rumor has it that the bad guy, and this actually may not be surprising to some people, and it may be surprising to others, but they're saying that the bad guy will be none other.
We're Winter Soldier.
No, for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, we're getting a new bad guy.
The main underlying bad. So Thanos was like the underlying bad guy for the whole 22 films. So the next set of films.
Oh, I'm psyched there's going to be another set, because I just realized we ended this big arch that was planned over multiple movies for many years.
Yes.
That concluded, so it's exciting that there's a new one to look forward to. Because it was cool seeing the schedule and knowing, I can look forward to Aquaman coming eventually. Yay.
Woo, yeah, see
That
all
was
the
such a
cool
great
juicy movies?
teaser. I thought it was cool that they leaked that info or whatever to let people see what to get excited for.
Yeah, so this is very cool. I don't know if this is true, but these are rumors going out right now. That the bad guy will be none other than Doctor Doom.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Because they have the rights now from Fox.
And he's complicated
obviously.
enough that I feel like they could do a lot with him.
Well, that and Doctor Doom, he's like practically taken over the Marvel Universe several times.
So it's applicable.
Yeah, it's very applicable. He
Nice.
actually, at one point, even gets his hands on the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, perfect. So this is exciting.
Yeah, so he hasn't been introduced yet, but I expect over the next couple of years, assuming they can get back to filming,
Sure.
I expect to see a Fantastic Four film.
Nice.
And I expect to actually see Doctor Doom appear before that. I wouldn't be surprised if he appears in the Doctor Strange movie.
Will they stop?
And
There's
the
going to be a new
Multitude of
Doctor
Madness.
Strange? Is it Doctor Strange 2? Is it?
Yeah, Doctor Strange 2.
Still
And it's
Strange?
It's Strange and
Then they're also going to be doing
Scarlet Witch. And it's called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
I think is what it's called.
That's really cool. I was going to say, still strange. Doctor Strange, even stranger.
Doctor Strange.
Well, they
It's
had
so strange.
stopped that film, though, right? They had fired the director.
Faces
there
look
were some
ugly.
changes, but
When you're alone. Faces come out of the rain.
when you're a stranger. So I was really excited for that. I thought I would share that with you guys. Hopefully, it's not considered a spoiler to some of you.
What about another King T'Challa movie?
King
what about a
T'Challa.
black?
Yeah,
That
Black
would be
Panther?
sick. That was such a great character.
They're doing a.
Are you going to be
Black Panther
excited?
2.
Are you going to be excited about that if
As
they
long
have
as
a
they do,
decent
as long as
villain?
it's a good movie.
How could you not be? That was a really lovable character, though. It's as far as a good guy that's easy to get
He's
along with.
Easily the most disappointing movie in the series for me.
I
did not like it.
What keeps lingering for me is a problem with that movie is that stupid scene where they're on that futuristic road, just fighting, because there was a lot of scenes I liked in that movie.
Sure, a lot of cool scenes.
And that one
Cool
scene
character.
keeps being what keeps referenced back. It's just it's some of the worst CG in that series of movies for that one scene. They rushed it. It was such a filler scene as
Yeah.
just an exciting thing to happen where there was just dialogue that was important that was hard to follow because of the stupid scene. So it was just it spoils a lot of the memory of the movie, but I need to. It's worth a rewatch for some of the
I'm
parts I
excited
did
for
like.
a Black Panther
My
too.
problem with
Yeah,
the
I
Black
feel like it could
Panther
be even better.
is it's a movie that should have never happened.
You don't think?
You didn't like the villain.
No,
you
well,
thought
actually,
the villain was a crybaby.
The villain is the reason why I believe the movie should have never happened. Based off of the villain they made, this man was incredibly trained. His whole plan was to beat the king and take over and become the new king of Wakanda.
Definitely the king of Wakanda, and also the
Would that
ruler
not
of the world.
have been so much easier to have done to the old man, who he easily could have just been
Oh, plot hole. Okay.
huge,
Granted.
Right?
Granted,
so this movie could
yeah, you could have waited till it was.
But he was
yeah.
in Iraq during a mission when the old man got blown up.
Not only that, but he wouldn't have succeeded the old man. It would have been the same person. He would have had to fight
Not
that
unless
guy
he
anyway.
beat him in combat.
Yeah, he has to face him in combat.
Oh, he would have
Any-
had to face the old man in combat.
Yes.
All right.
I would have taken the old man over the.
But for the record, there's more glaring loopholes in Marvel movies than that one. That one I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Counts.
And-
I'll give it to you.
And it was
But-
the old man who was the one that he claimed was responsible for killing his dad anyway.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been held more of a special
Climactic.
place in
Some
his
of
heart.
that felt weak to me, as far as like character development on that villain and stuff.
Oh, the
It
character
felt a little,
development of the villain was awful.
felt a little cheesy. But when someone told me that like it parallels Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King, and I put like the historical metaphor on it, it actually makes some of the cheesy stuff like cooler.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like worth a rewatch hearing that, because it like rescued some parts of it. Like, "Oh, this seems a little ham-fisted. Like, oh, if you're also trying to put that metaphor layer on it, then it's like, oh, that's a little bit more clever writing then.
Ah.
So,
I
but you
just-
know, you try to do too much with writing when you have a ton of pressure on a movie, then I can be a lot more forgiving.
I think I
that
must
movie
have
had
watched.
way too much pressure on it.
I watched that movie probably 5, 6, maybe 7 times.
Oh.
I really Black Panther is one of my favorite.
I don't really watch anything
see,
more than
like,
once.
I'm guilty of watching bad movie that many times. I saw Daredevil like 6 times in the movie theater.
But Daredevil wasn't bad.
I paid full price. All right, so these, I wanted you guys to try these.
First time I saw Doctor Strange, I fell asleep.
What?
But I was at my mom's house. I watched Black Panther and Doctor Strange
So
back
these
to
are-
back.
What are we doing? What
These
is
are
this?
Creamy yogurt Skittle dips.
Oh, perfect. This will fix everything. Creamy yogurt Skittle dip. Let me hold it to the camera, please.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's weird.
I love it.
It's not bad, though.
I love creamy yogurt.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, the fruit blast in the middle is weird. Oops, wrong camera. Okay. I liked the yogurt, and then the fruit blast at the end is a little off-putting.
Well, it's Skittles. It's in
It's
the
just
name.
It's not like a normal fruit.
Quite enjoyable.
It's not bad. Not
There
bad.
you go.
If you can still find them at your local grocery store, check them out.
I'm still having one more.
So anyway, that's our Black Panther discussion. Let's go to another bad. Let's go to a movie that was actually very badass. I think we can all agree that the John Wicks
Oh yeah.
Didn't
were
see 'em.
incredible. You have not seen them?
What?
Is it because you don't like violence or?
I get bored with a bunch of violence in a movie. I start just tuning out.
Okay.
You know what? There's so much violence in
There's a
John
good like
Wick.
mythos to it though.
I know, it might be worth it. I'll check it out.
John
Eventually.
Wick 3 had so many people die within the first like 10, 15 minutes.
I think I might enjoy the humor that I hear is in them.
So
it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
what's really interesting about John Wick right now is that the director of John Wick is developing a remake of Highlander.
Oh, no kidding.
He's talking about doing an entire trilogy.
Did he mention that there
There
could be only
can
one?
be only one.
No one can not say that. When
I know.
Apparently, this remake
So
has been
guilty.
in development hell since 2018.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's been in limbo for 2 years.
Justin Lin, Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, I don't know, and Cedric Nicholas Troyan have been attached to direct the film over the years. Drafts and screenplays have been written by Art Markham and Matt Holloway, Melissa Rosenberg, and Ryan Condal. And for a while, Ryan Reynolds was set to star in the film. We also heard the producers wanted Tom Cruise to star at one point, with the likes of Dave Bautista and Vinnie Jones on the wish list to play the villain, the Kurgan. This is interesting. That'd be cool. I could see Tom Cruise or Ryan Reynolds as that. Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
it puts the hand sanitizer on its skin.
Let's see.
And then it gets the sanitizing again.
Those iterations of the remake didn't get anywhere, but 4 years after Stahelski joined the project, it's clear that he intends to see this through. In a new interview discussing the film, the director said, "We're in heavy development mode on Highlander. Tweaking the scripts, writing, conceptualizing sequences, how we're going to do everything. We probably have a lot more in-person kind of things, but it hasn't slowed down or our development process at all." Let's see here. One reason why his version of Highlander hasn't gone into production yet is because he's not just developing a remake, he's also been plotting out a way to revive the Highlander property with a new trilogy of films.
And merch.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. Right, because let's be
Action
honest.
figures.
That's where the money is. The money's in trilogies. The money's in the longevity of the movies.
And children's toys.
Yes. And adult toys.
Happy Meals. Oh, man. Like any
There can
adult
be
toy,
only one dildo.
Any adult toy based on a series with a dragon is great. Because dragons have lumpy wieners.
They do have lumpy wieners. It's true.
That's knowledge.
Knowledge. So, okay, so if there was a Highlander movie, let's just theorize this.
Okay.
Who would you want to play that role?
The Highlander?
Yes.
Bob Saget.
Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, that's a pretty good choice. I'm gonna have to. You know who I would say?
Everybody out in viewer land, who's your Highlander?
Bill Burr.
All right, Mike, tell me. Do it.
Dang, that's tough.
Do it.
You know who I think would? I was about to say. Jeff just got it. I think Tom Ellis would make a great.
Who the hell is
Highlander.
that?
If I were to really pick,
He is Lucifer.
Oh shit!
if I were to really pick, I'd pick Samuel L. Jackson. How dope would that
There
be?
can only be one motherfucker.
Yeah, he'd be busting up stuff
Get your
casually.
motherfucking head off your motherfucking shoulders.
Is a briefcase.
Either that or the
Antonio Banderas.
the old guy, the
Yes,
from Tombstone, Virgil,
Oh, Virgil. That would be good.
Sam Elliott.
RuPaul.
Is his name?
Oh my gosh! Would RuPaul with the samurai sword be the dopest thing?
Mark
That would
Hamill.
be Beautiful.
I like Tom Ellis in that role. He's 6'3". He's got the size. I think he'd make a great Highlander.
He's got the voice.
He's got the voice.
He's got the sex appeal.
Can we not leave the Mark Hamill on the table? Because that.
Oh, Mark Hamill? He'd be a good
Yeah.
villain. He does
Yeah.
villains really good.
He
Yeah,
does
do
villains really well.
amazing villains.
He does do villains really well.
We didn't talk
Joker, just to let everybody know.
Earlier, we glossed over you meeting Nicolas Cage,
Oh.
which we didn't talk about except way back in season 1.
Well, what do you want to know about it?
Your experience meeting
I've
Nicolas
met
Cage.
Nicolas Cage as well.
Yeah, you guys both met Nicolas
My-
Cage. Let's do a quick rehash on that for the viewers.
Sure.
I have to be discreet because mine was.
Oh, yeah, lie,
in,
but just
in
what the-
reference to work.
He doesn't need to be discreet.
But
Yeah, you can
he
whitewash
just has
part
to
of
make
it.
shit up.
I
He
mean,
was,
like, white out part of it.
He was staying at one of the properties that I was managing, and he ran across a problem that he needed assistance. Well, I'm the man for the job,
He
and I
worked
got
at
the
Arizona
job done.
Charlie's.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, it's one of those Arizona Charlie's problems. You're the man.
No, Nick Cage actually stayed at one of the properties that I stayed at, or worked at, while he stayed in one of the suites.
The Thunderbird.
While
Those Thunderbird Lounge suites.
he stayed in the
Those
the
have
suites
kept one owner.
while his
Yeah.
house was being built here in Las Vegas. So
Yeah. So in the suites, what happened? You guys high five? He was buying someone.
He high fived with their wieners.
So
I know he was buying like frozen yogurt from Mike or something, right?
Nick Cage actually enjoys alcoholic beverage. So he was enjoying a few glasses of wine when I met him. And he actually talks like if you watch the movie National Treasure and listen to the way that he talks, the words that he uses, his vocabulary.
Yeah, that movie seemed pretty authentic.
That's how he really talks.
To me, that's my Cage movie.
Yeah, that's how he really is. National Treasure. It's like talking to him straight up.
Good.
And he was very level-headed. He was very cool. But I got his problem taken care of.
Was it with a pubic hair?
No prostitute.
Yes, Roy McCann, the Hound.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
no cocaine and
Kurgan,
prostitutes.
yes.
No, I was wondering if you like helped him with his pubic hair.
Oh no, Superman doesn't. No.
Oh.
So
He-Man shaves.
my
Negro.
run-in,
Nair.
run-in happened at Sahara and Decatur, the LVAC. He was on a elliptical reading a script.
Scriptical.
A scriptical. He gets off, and I was chilling at the juice bar because I was really close to the juice bar peeps. We used to hang out. And he walks up to the juice bar lady, and he goes, She goes, huh? And I can hear what he's saying, and
He does talk very soft.
She kind of gets the idea. Okay, so basically what it was he wanted this coffee type drink, but he didn't want it to have any milk. Well, what was throwing her off was that it's not in the ingredients. They don't use milk in it. So she was kind of confused. So she's going, huh? And he's like, So finally, I just went up and I was like, I got this. I said, he just wants to make sure you don't put any milk in it. She's like, but it's not on there. He's like, great. So you shouldn't have any problems making sure there's no dairy. She's like, yeah, no problem, fine. He turned and went, thank you.
Saved the day.
I was like, no problem, man.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad both of us could help Nick Cage out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he wasn't a bad dude. He wasn't rude. He wasn't mean. Dennis Quaid was he was the only one that I could say was kind of a right douche. He was a right douche.
How did he Quaid you? How were you Quaided?
Well, what can I equate it to?
Boom, boom. You know
what happened to you softly equated?
Okay, let's do this.
I got him tickets from the VIP lounge when I was working at the Monte Carlo, doing ticket sales for Lance Burton. He had 2 kids and some lady there, which was not his wife, and he did not want to be there at all. So I can't even say that he was mad at me. He could just been in a bad mood. So I'm cool with it.
So who's the coolest celebrity you've met, and who's the shittiest? Do you have a celebrity?
Of course I do.
Okay.
While he's thinking, let me tell you mine.
Okay.
So Jim Winburn played the original, the guy with the mask and the knife, not Freddy, Jason.
Oh yeah, Jason.
Nightmare, right? 13?
No. That's Friday the 13th.
This is terrible.
Nightmare on Elm Street was Freddy Krueger.
Not that one.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
The mask one.
Yeah, Jason.
He played the original Jason and also trained stunt people and became a stunt coordinator for like all the Smokey and the Bandits. He was the one that like planned all those car stunts. And the first time I filmed Car Stars, he helped me take over the film production of the parade of cars that were in movies. He's really cool.
All right. Any asshole that you ran into? Any asshole celebrity you got real quick?
I have to say, it was really funny. The first one, I was like, do you have the board recorder to get the audio from the stage? And he's like, yes. And he shows up with this thing with like a tape deck in it. He's like, I swear it stays in sync. Like, tape deck's going to stay in sync. There's like wood grain sides. I'm like, no.
What about me?
Yeah, what about you?
All right, my favorite celebrity that I met, I gotta give it to 2 people. When I worked at Caesar's Palace, I worked as a bike officer, bike security. Yeah. I ran into Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg from WCW. Ran into him and his wife. He was such a cool dude. Talked to me like I was just a regular human being, and he was a human being. It was just really cool and down to earth. We probably talked for about 15 minutes before I got called to the office for being on the strip for no good reason. Second, Pitbull. Pitbull is probably the nicest person I've ever come in contact with.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I opened the door for him and his wife or his girlfriend, and he said thank you every single time.
That's cool.
Fun. Pitbull's so fun.
Every time you do anything for the man, he'd tell you thank you. He was very down to earth, very super cool.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And who's the worst?
Who's the worst?
You couldn't have
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight. Not surprising.
Yeah,
was your life in danger? He straight up ran over people on the show.
I trespassed Suge Knight by myself at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas.
Trespassed him?
Fuck it, name dropping. I trespassed Suge Knight at Cosmopolitan. He's not welcome there.
You were awesome. You were trespassing here. What did he start? Did he run over another person with his car or what?
With his body.
Actually had quite a bit of marijuana in his room.
Oh, you're just like.
I ain't trying to tell the man.
You gotta hide this stuff though.
You gotta hide it from housekeeping. Otherwise, you get busted.
So our buddy Duster, he's done a lot of stuff in casinos. He said Arnold Schwarzenegger, by far the coolest.
I could see that.
He said the worst, Paris Hilton, barely beating out Don Johnson. I don't know.
You know what?
Who Don Johnson?
I know
is?
who Don Johnson is.
Who's Don
Anybody in the casino industry knows who Don Johnson is.
Who is that?
He thinks he's.
I don't know.
We'll talk offline.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
But I've actually seen Paris Hilton. She legitimately, 100%, and I put this on everything in the world, looks like she got hit by a fucking bus.
I believe that.
She looks gnarly.
And he also said that Jason Statham was cool.
Oh, I believe that.
So for me, it's tough because I've, especially doing like the Rock and Comedy show, I really have met quite a few celebrities. I've been kind of blessed. So it's tough for me to say who I think is my all-time favorite. Like
Rocking Comedy Show, rockingcomedyshow.com.
Yeah, rockingcomedyshow.com. You can find them on radiovegas.rocks as well. Miami Vice jerk off. Okay.
Oh, the dude that lets his hamburger meat out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This stupid punch I've never spilled more in my life than today. I knocked a beer over and then I tried to grab it, and what I did is I tilted it upside down so that it was already pouring upside down as it began to fall onto the streaming computer.
I would have to say probably one of the coolest. It's hard to not say Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
The dude was just, he shook
Was he really
everybody's
cool?
hand.
I didn't personally get to meet Vince Vaughn, but he was.
I do remember her
in-house.
strange show. Paris Hilton had a strange show on MTV. But I would say, Vince Vaughn, he was pretty cool. I actually got to
tall.
meet, ironically,
He's like record-breaking tall.
yeah, I actually got to meet Joey Logano.
Not impressed.
Very nice kid. He was super cool to me, very nice. But he was definitely not nearly as awesome as John Force, the drag car racer.
Hey, Ronnie, that's for you, buddy.
The Hank. But aside from those, like the race car dudes and Vince Vaughn, I would have to say coolest. Damn, that's tough. How about I tell you the worst first?
Yeah, let's do some
Okay,
more.
do worse.
And Jay Bird will absolutely verify this for you. And he was actually one of my favorite actors, and it's completely changed my mind on him.
Okay.
John fucking Lovitz.
How crazy.
John Lovitz. I don't think I've ever met anybody that's such a fucking asshat.
Who is John Lovitz?
John Lovitz.
Oh, you don't remember? He played, do you remember that animated show by the creators of The Simpsons about the critic? John Lovitz plays the critic.
He does.
That's his role I remember him from.
He was in
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, yep. He was in the Rat Race. Did you see Rat Race?
Yeah, well, if you're going to start talking about comedians, half of them are really funny and then half of them are very not funny.
Yeah, well, turns out in real life, not only is he not funny, he's an absolute prick. So I do not get along with, and my second one would be Kyle Busch, who I
Really?
worked with for.
Who is
Oh,
that?
Kyle Busch?
He's the M&M driver for NASCAR.
He's a NASCAR
He
champion
drives.
too.
He drives Marshall Mathers around.
He does.
Okay.
He doesn't know what to do with his hands either.
He don't.
Okay.
Mom
spaghetti.
Ironically, you know who I met that turned out to be pretty cool? And it's the dumbest person that I'm sure nobody even knows who he is because he's whole part of the whole Juggalo thing and Psychopathic Records. But there's a guy named ABK, Anybody Killer, and Blaze. And they would tour together, and I don't know what we were doing there. We were delivering something, me and my buddies, but we got to meet them. And they were actually pretty cool, pretty chill people, which is kind of nice to see.
I'll be damned.
Cool. Yeah,
cool.
That was pretty interesting.
Well, how about we do a quick couple-minute commercial, and then we'll do a Reddit revenge, huh?
Yeah. Listen up. The soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap.
To subscribe to Dr. Squatch, visit radiovegas.rocks and click on the banner.
Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men.
You guys love tacos?
I do.
I do.
Okay, right?
Love
Yeah.
tacos.
That's my spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are, or we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes, whatever, man. But since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinche's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at RadioVegas.rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 fucking locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinche's Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
Hi, I'm Todd, a child of the 1970s, and your host for K-Todd. It's my 70s radio show that plays the music from the me decade. We'll have lots of memories from those 10 great years with moments from TV and the movies. And your requests. Call me anytime and leave a request or a comment, and you could be on the air at 1-315-665-1970. And stay tuned for the next fun look at the 70s on K-Todd.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes, the only show where you can crap yourself and nobody knows.
And nobody cares.
And nobody cares. And other than your loved one.
And if you don't have a loved one, then...
I'm grabbing myself on camera right now. Look at.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
That's so hot.
I'm into it too.
Riot punch, folks.
Look what it does.
And you got some poop on your tooth.
Woo!
He's got poop tooth. All right. So let's go ahead. You said
Chocolate
you got a revenge story. Let's
I
hit
do.
it.
I got a Reddit revenge.
Let's
You
do
want to
that,
hear it?
and then we'll get to some news. Yeah.
Here we go.
And now,
All right. So my revenge story for this week. Here we
Yes.
go.
Yes.
I was at a craft store in my town, and it
I didn't
wasn't
know you
too
crafty.
busy. It's not. I don't Hobby Lobby or none of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
You're missing out.
Yeah. But only one register was open. The
Hobby Lobby
cashier,
life.
a teenaged girl, I could tell was working as best she could. The process was a tad slower, however, because she had a stutter and a bit of a lisp. As she worked through the line asking the usual questions probably mandated by the bigwigs, the man behind me began to huff and puff. He muttered something about having to go places to go, he was in a hurry, etc., blah, blah, blah. I ignored him until I heard him start to mock her to his kids. Would you like your risquite? The kids began to laugh. It really made my blood boil, especially since I could tell the cashier heard the mockery.
That's a dick move.
That is a dick move. That really made my blood boil. When a person doesn't respect retail employees as people, it's the best way to tell whether a person is an asshat or not.
Well, I mean, they're not real people, though. I mean, we all know that.
Right.
They-
At
you just
least
want to
the
treat them like
servants.
they're real.
Yeah, exactly. At least pretend they're humans.
Could you imagine? So when it was my turn at the register, she asked me in a small voice, "Are you a member of the reward club?" And I looked smugly at the guy behind me and back at her. The reward club? That sounds great. Please explain it to me. She seemed surprised at first, but then looked at the guy behind me, and then it clicked. I have never given my information slowly in my life. Never have I asked so many questions as I did. She smiled and answered my inquiries while the guy behind me was seething. The guy behind me, "Can you hurry up, please?" Me? And the miss out on the great rewards? As if. I only held him up for 5 minutes, but woo, child, it felt so good.
Getting those rewards.
F him.
F him.
F him.
Ephraim. And with that spunk lube.
Zac Efron?
Zac Efron.
He's only okay.
I think he'd make a great Wolverine. I'm just saying.
Really?
I really do.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, you may not like some of the stuff he's done, but the guy he's short, he's ripped, he's got the acting chops.
Do we need another Wolverine though? We've had so many Wolverines.
Well, I think it's.
I
going to
wouldn't
happen.
watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
I wouldn't. I'm burned out on the character. I feel like I saw his guts. I saw his brother. I saw him fighting a war. I saw him in space. I saw every goddamn Wolverine.
It's true.
Over
It's
it.
true.
But I actually didn't. I'm going to be honest, and nobody's going to agree with my opinion, but I didn't like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Me
I
either.
didn't like the direction that Bryan Singer took Wolverine, and I didn't like any of the origin Wolverine stories. I didn't even like Logan.
Yeah, I feel like there can't be any more dimensions to this character.
You know what? I didn't even really care for a lot of the X-Men stuff.
I didn't care for X-Men in general.
Burned out on that
Yeah.
character arc to the
So
maximum.
I'm excited to see what Marvel actually decides to do with the character now.
I'm excited to see what happens with Black Widow.
There's so
Yeah, it looks
many
so good.
other characters to see their arc. Gambit.
Gambit would be great.
Yeah, I want to see like 3 Gambits.
I don't
That
feel
was my
like-
favorite character
I don't
as a
feel
kid.
like he's important enough to get his own film.
Maybe
I
not
don't
his
know.
own film, but he could easily be in an X-Men.
Did you guys see the 90s comics that were like my introduction to X-Men?
Yeah. Yes.
Because there was some hella Gambit.
Lots
like,
of Gambit.
Yeah.
Gambit was a big character then.
That's the thing, is that was my
Well, the X-Men then was
era. So
Gambit, Storm, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Wolverine,
yeah.
and Colossus, and
So that's-
Beast,
I would love to see.
and Iceman.
Do you guys remember Jubilee?
And Jubilee, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like those were the ones I connected with the most, were Gambit and Jubilee. Those, because I was like, Jubilees, you know, when you like,
I was a kid though. I thought that had something to do with religion, and I didn't. I
Jubilee?
couldn't, yeah.
I liked how she messed with electronics, like electronic stuff broke. I related to that. And she was just a little bit older than me, the character was, when that comic book came out.
Very bangable.
Yeah, and you know how like you look up to like the characters that are just a little bit older than you, like whatever their place. Like when you're in middle school, you look up to teenage characters, and you're a teenager, you look up to 20-something characters.
Yeah.
So it was a perfect storm. So yeah, Jubilee's one of my favorites. It was like she was in the first one I read.
Do you have
yeah.
comic
Yeah.
books? Do you
I
own them?
grew up. I just own the Bill and Ted 11 comic book series.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. I collect.
Well, we all got our.
I got rid of the rest of mine.
I collect vintage comic books, but I don't read them.
Yeah.
I just like to have them.
Yeah, I
I
kind of
only
let
have
go of that with the upbringing.
I only have Star Trek Discovery.
I
That's
usually
it.
wait for them to finish like an entire story arc, and then I'll wait for them to put them in like the novel form, and then I'll just buy all the novels.
Yeah.
That way I can read it like a book.
That's a move.
Because I hate having to buy comics.
I read Sandman that way. Did you ever see like Neil Gaiman stuff like Sandman?
No.
Yeah,
I've
that's-
entered them once.
Enter the Sandman.
Yeah.
Did you close your eyes?
Yeah, Neil Gaiman was more indie, but like my mom loved. Like later on, she got less into collecting and more into discovering indie comics.
Is this before or after Sweet Caroline?
Oh, you know what? Neil Gaiman did. He did. Oh, it's not Good and Evil, Sins and whatever. The Omen.
Oh, The Omen?
Not The Omen.
Look at this Riot juice. Look what it's doing to this guy.
I know.
I got all these half references. You guys know Neil Gaiman. He's the shit. Sandman series.
So here's a story that's not kidding around.
Okay, tell me, hit me. Do it.
Odessa, Florida, folks.
It's always Florida. Do you know it's always Florida or New York?
A Florida woman has filed a lawsuit seeking either a paternity test on her goats.
Good Omens.
Good Omens, yes.
That's Neil Gaiman too.
On her goats or a refund.
What?
And she's not kidding. Chris Hedstrom filed the suit against her neighbor, Heather Daner, last month, seeking DNA for the goats she purchased. Hedstrom paid Daner $900 for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats. I can't even believe that's a thing.
They are cute.
I kind of want them now.
They're like a little lap goat.
Yeah.
And she bought them back in December. According to the lawsuit, Hedstrom believed the goats, Bella, Gigi, Rosie, Zelda, and Margot,
Bella's such a goat name.
it really is,
Sorry, Bella.
could be registered. She believed the goats could be registered with the American Dairy Goat Association. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Who gives a shit?
You gotta have an association when you have something that delicious.
It's a
goat
group
milk.
that records goat pedigrees because that's a thing.
Like the American Kennel Association.
Yeah. Registered goats have higher values than unregistered.
Them papers, paper them goats,
Paper them goats, boy.
paper
Yeah.
them goats.
Daner, who has been selling goats at Baxter Lane Farm for about 10 years, typically provides information to her clients so they can register animals themselves. She said the father goat was registered, but the Tampa Bay Times reports the American Dairy Goat Association rejected Hedstrom's application to register the babies because Daner is not an active member.
Uh-oh.
Proving paternity would require about 40 of the father's goat's hair follicles for the DNA test. So Hedstrom wrote Daner a letter requesting the DNA in February. Daner offered to refund her money in exchange for the goats. She said Hedstrom called police on her 3 months straight and has trespassed her on her farm. A Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy visited the property at least 3 times in the spring. Daner said she didn't hear anything else from Hedstrom until the lawsuit was filed. Can you imagine stalking somebody so much that they put a restraining order out on you because you want your goats registered?
That's crazy.
You want to register your goats.
I don't know if you've ever dealt with unregistered goats, but I kind of sympathize.
Right? Like, I kind of want to be like,
So-
license and registration?
Yeah, license your goats, you guys. I got
know-
no patience for these unlicensed goats all around.
Yeah, it's
I know you're Vegas born. Where are you?
Down the street, Victorville, Apple Valley.
Okay, so I'm from the Missouri, so this isn't too far out of my wheelhouse,
No,
unfortunately.
he knows all about goats.
We had some goats. It was like the boring desert. So it's Mojave Desert, but like where the cowboys are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Doolies and stuff.
The goat thing is a very serious trade,
Yeah.
and I remember being a law enforcement officer and having to go do a report on a goat and being completely beside myself.
They make the funniest sounds.
as to why in the hell I'm even at this location.
Did the goat make any of those weird people sounds? Because goats will be like, meh, 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 and like make human sounds. They're really funny.
They do make some interesting noise.
It's the best.
All right, folks, this is a bit of a history lesson and a bit of ludicrousness.
Okay.
Luda?
God bless Cleveland, Ohio.
Why?
You know, somebody has
Ohio's cool.
to do this stuff.
Someone's got to bless Ohio.
Somebody's got to live there.
In Cleveland, there is a petition circling online to replace a statue of Christopher Columbus in Cleveland's Little Italy with a statue of none other
Rocky Balboa.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Ettore Boiardi.
Oh, it's the Mr. Chef.
Otherwise known as Chef Boyardee. The petition states Columbus is not someone we should celebrate. He was a racist monster who initiated the genocide against indigenous Americans. If Italian Americans in Cleveland want to celebrate one of their own, they need to look no further than Ettore Hector Boyardee. So what's interesting is he left for New York in 1914, moved to Cleveland 3 years later, worked as a chef at the Hotel Winton, and where his spaghetti dinners are what made him famous. In 1924, Boyardee and his wife opened up their first Italian restaurant. Their dine-in and carry-out operation expanded into factory production in 1928.
Wow.
Now, it basically makes glow-in-the-dark food.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't even eat it.
I reported on an ancient like Ninja Turtles Chef Boyardee can that someone had opened after it was like 30 years of sitting there, and it was like this brick inside.
Whoa!
And you could see
it was tiny, right?
Yeah, a little brick.
Canned foods do not last.
My arm got stuck in the mic.
So there you go. Chef Boyardee, that's how ridiculous we've come, folks.
Well,
We're willing to put Chef Boyardee statues up in our
Didn't
town.
you report earlier
Well, they've
that
already ripped down the Christopher Columbus statue. It's already on the floor.
Didn't you say something about Columbus being like misrepresented? Like
Yes.
he wasn't as bad?
Yeah, no, he's greatly misrepresented. He actually adopted a child of a native. He was actually the biggest mediator. It was actually the Spanish that were right bastards to
for sure.
to the incumbent folk, and he did his best to try to play mediator. It didn't work out. Let's see here. Ryanair pilots investigated after one caught handling plane's throttle with a rubber chicken.
Oh my
This is
God.
So Ryanair. This is classic
Classic
Ryanair.
Ryanair. Jokes and yokes were on two Ryanair pilots who were reportedly under investigation after one was caught handling an airplane throttle with a rubber chicken. A spokesperson of the low-cost carrier has since insisted that the footage, while unprofessional, was captured on the ground in a parked plane that was not running. Video footage surfaced on Sunday of 2 Ryanair pilots joking around the cockpit of a 737-800 with the rubber bird. In the film,
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. In the film obtained by the outlet, one of the aviators allegedly pretended to push around the plane's throttle lever with the rubber chicken. In another clip, the same pilot was said to have sent other crew members into hysterics when he squeezed the chicken toy to make funny noises. You know those.
If this was Southwest, this wouldn't even be news.
The pilot.
Oh, right. This is to be expected.
Yeah.
So, and what's funny is it's based out of Dublin, Ireland, which makes even more sense.
Yeah, Ryanair is there as Europe's what's that? JetBlue?
JetBlue or Southwest?
Spirit. No, I was thinking of Spirit.
Spirit.
It's their Spirit. Yeah.
Spirit. Yeah, Spirit is the worst.
If you're flexible, you can ride in a Spirit plane.
Okay, so I have a very funny story about Spirit Airlines.
Just throw it at me.
So we went on our honeymoon, and we took Spirit there, and it was.
You must be talking about your wife.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. We were super
That
cramped,
honeymoon.
and it was not comfortable, and it's like a 5-hour flight to Hawaii.
Oh no, those seats are so thin and boardy. It's
It was
like
the worst.
plywood.
So we decided on the way back we're gonna upgrade our seats. So we got but they don't have like first class,
No.
first class. But you can get like extended leg room, right?
Yeah.
And an extended seat. So we're like, yeah, let's get the bigger, cushier seats. Awesome. They're like, oh, they've got 2 of them available right next to the exit door. Oh, that's great. Oh, look, and there's even like a space before the next row of seats start. So we'll have tons of leg room. I'm like, perfect. I'll take the window. You can have the aisle. Perfect. So we get on board and everything's great. And I got all this room. The seats are huge. I'm like, man, this is going to be great. And then it came time to take off and they closed the door. The door went into the airplane almost 2 feet, sucking up all of the half of my leg room.
It took up by like the door,
By
the other parts
just
of
the door. And then I'm like, God, this is uncomfortable, but you know, at least you know I got all this open space. And then as the plane gets ready to take off, the stewardess come over and pull down foldable chairs facing us and sit down.
Awkwardly facing you.
Awkwardly facing me, so I have no space. I'm literally stuck in an angle, and they're watching us.
Yeah, and you have guests, like other people that are authority figures.
Wife says it was horrible.
You have authority figures staring you down with the whole flight.
I was like, I can't believe this is not better.
Yeah.
I really couldn't.
This would be
So many jokes about Ryanair.
5-hour flight of shittiness.
You guys, I burped and the Durian came back. It
Oh,
was like,
no!
It was like burnt popcorn.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this is the story of the day.
Okay, hit me.
How would you love to pay
Yes.
No.
Carol Baskin
Yes, I want it.
for a personalized video?
Yes, doing it right after this.
Well, your dream
Cameo.
can come true. Yes. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. You can now pay Carol Baskin to say her famous catchphrase in the form of a personalized video. The Tiger King star has officially joined Cameo, a video sharing website that allows people to pay celebrities to record personal messages.
I want to hear her say my name, my full name, with my middle name, slowly, long pauses in between each name, and then lick her lips afterwards and stare unblinkingly for 20 seconds.
Yep. While she feeds you to her tigers.
I want 20 seconds of Cameo time that's uninterrupted eye contact after saying my name.
I would like her to say that my name is Pernicus Wankelberg and see if she can say that.
It's like the
Isn't
tiger.
that what you said when we went on?
Panis Minos, take my money!
The tiger is this fierce beast that can just take your life at any moment if it chooses, if it thinks that's the most economical thing to do. Just like her, she could just like take your husbandly life at any moment.
Yeah.
So it's like this beast that you're taming and hearing it say your name. If imagine the tiger saying your name and then you live.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So I could just like see the eyes of death in Carol Baskin's lips saying my name.
So
It's just hot.
what would you have her say to you?
Just my name really
I'm
slowly.
actually not a Carol Baskins fan, so I wouldn't say.
No, it's not about fandom. It's about like the taste of danger and excitement.
I'd rather talk to Jeff Lowe. At least I would get strippers and blow.
I would like her to say, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
I want her to say my name and then say my whole address with like looking straight into the camera without blinking.
No, there's no
So I
way
can,
they
like,
would allow
taste-
Joe Exotic to be in the cameo.
I wanna taste
He's
the
in
danger.
federal pen.
I would
I'm
like
sorry,
her. I
Ronnie.
would like for her to talk the entire theme song of Friends.
Nice. Oh, see, that fits with mine. I'll be there for you.
But
Slowly, I'll be
just-
there for
just-
you.
yeah.
When the rain begins to fall. Yeah, lean into it.
My little
Oh man,
cat's
I just ASMR'd so hard thinking about this. Woo!
Okay. Do you want to know how much it would cost?
Yes.
Okay, for anybody that's interested, I know Pam is very interested.
Price is not an option for this.
Ronnie Baker would love to
I
have.
have to have this.
$169.
Ah!
Can you believe that?
Really?
Hey, you guys, my birthday is coming up. GreasyConversation.com/merch. You know it's going to go to a good cause.
Get him a We should totally see if we could pay for her to be like, hey, two clueless dudes.
I'm
Waz.
gonna get an erotic video from Carol Baskin that she won't know is erotic.
I'd like her to say, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Think I can
No,
get her to do that?
I'm obsessed with this reading me the words to friends
That's
with
great,
as
right?
much uninterrupted eye contact as possible.
I'll be there for you.
I want to feel like a target. I want to feel like a
Because
near
I've been
victim.
there before.
Yeah, I want to feel like my
Well,
life
if you
is in
have
danger.
anything to do with Carol Baskin, you would definitely be a target.
Yeah, I want to be like that. This is like a victim fetish. Not expressly. Four Loco puts me in a weird pocket, you guys.
It does.
That's true. You know what? We should try to make Carol Baskin our friend. That way we could get special shout outs because she does podcasts as well. She could elevate us.
We could. She could. Well, no.
Elevate us.
We'll elevate her. Are you kidding?
That's true.
We'll take
Yeah.
her to a whole new level. We're gonna make her so famous.
Cross promo.
She'll be so
Coming
famous
up.
after dealing with us.
New frontier audience.
And if Joe Exotic did have a cameo, Ronnie Baker, you know, two clueless dudes would be first in line.
Damn right.
I'm so glad you're rolling it out because we're totally.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks. Please check out our YouTube. Check out twocluelessdudes.com. We're going to be posting a bunch of incredible 4th of July videos, and we're very excited to have you watch them, learn from them, love them, and laugh at them.
More importantly, have a very, very, very safe and enjoyable 4th of July. Be respectful. Don't do anything stupid. And don't go to the hospital. Have fun. Happy 4th of July. 4th of July.
Later.
So, you guys, the video stream ended. Now I'm about to. I mean, the audio stream ended. Now I'm about to end the video stream. It looks like I didn't end it because I didn't yet.